So, you somehow have stumbled into a veritable institution in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This is a pretty darn good Opry on Zoom, which, if that phrase doesn't raise a sense of recognition, let me sing a song. And this song will explain where you are and where you found yourself. Well, welcome to our party. We hope to make you smile. At least to take your problems for a while. You don't even need your laptop or even need room for a pretty darn good Opry on Zoom. With a pretty darn good Opry on Zoom, we'll play for you like we're sitting in your room. So sip the beverage of your choice and listen to the voice of a pretty darn good Opry on Zoom. Well, what a cast of characters we have for you online. Pretty soon we'll have you feeling fine. With wit and Texas wisdom, we'll banish doom and gloom at the pretty darn good Opry on Zoom. With a pretty darn good Opry on Zoom, we'll play for you like we're sitting in your room. So sip the beverage of your choice and listen to the voice of a pretty darn good Opry on Zoom. So sip the beverage of your choice and listen to the voice of the pretty darn good Opry on Zoom. And that's who we are, and that's what we represent, and we are sure glad to hopefully entertain your brains, or at least some parts of your anatomy anyway. And to start that process, we will begin with a man well known across the world here, the famed Mr. Harry Hewlett. Well, he's behind. There he is. Okay.
He was hiding.
Yeah.
He was hiding. Okay.
Man,
Pleasure to be here. I'm gonna play a song. Walking with my honey in North Park Mall. She's just a little thing, so I keep my steps small. Pretty soon I knew I was in the wrong gear. She was way up yonder, she was heading for Sears. 2-speed, woman blues. Well, I hollered and I yelled, I did my best to catch her. As soon as I got up there, I slid right past her. She turned the corner, I knew that I had lost her. Good Lord, didn't mean for me to be a shopper. 2-speed, woman blues. She's too slow, too fast, I can't keep up, she's stepping on the gas. Too slow, too fast, then she hits the brakes and comes in last. 2-speed, woman blues. Well, last night she said, I need a slow hand. I said, hello, darling, I'm your man. Well, every fella knows how this story ended. As soon as I was done, she was just beginning. 2-speed, woman blues. She's too slow, too fast, I can't keep up, she's stepping on the gas. Too slow, too fast, then she hits the brakes and comes in last. 2-speed, woman blues. She's stepping on the gas. Too slow, too fast, then she hits the brakes and comes in last. 2-speed, woman blues. Well, where we go from here is anybody's guess. I say no, she says yes. I say yes, she says no. I guess that's just how true love goes. Two-speed woman blues. She's too slow, too fast. I can't keep up, she's stepping on the gas. Too slow, too fast. When she hits the brakes, it comes in last. Two-speed woman blues. Two-speed woman blues. Two-speed woman blues.
And the crowd goes wild.
And the crowd goes wild. Okay.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, we move from one brilliant performer to another, and we go to Mr. Kendall Yancey, who's our newest old member. There you go. So take it away, sir.
Hey, I think I'm going to play piano tonight instead of guitar. So I've been playing a little bit on that this week. So, and I usually don't sing when I on my piano songs. So these are just instrumentals. So.
All right. A lot of some serious arpeggioing going on in there, I hear. Yes.
That sounded like, I think you did 30-second notes. I think you did.
I don't know.
I think
You
he
mean
did.
30 notes in a second, or 30 notes for a second, or
30
30-second notes?
32
in a
second.
row?
30. Was it 30? What is 32-second notes?
No, I know what you mean. I'm just being silly.
You're just being silly.
I don't know. Piano is like my second instrument, so it's just I self-taught and I just kind of cobbled together things. So
Yeah, it's great. That's the way the process goes, I believe.
that's the way it was for me.
All right, for 1 week now, we go to another master of the musical world, Mr. Keith Dodson.
Hey, there I am. Hey, Ace, I got a question for you. Are you
17.
using drop C tuning on that banjo?
No, it's just a usual C. It's a straight C tuning.
Well, yeah, C tuning.
Yeah.
That's,
In other words, I drop the D to a C.
right.
And
yeah,
then you.
that's I know you're the second person I know that uses that tuning. Everybody else uses the straight
The straight G,
tuning,
yeah.
or open D or open G.
I sometimes play open G. There's a song I like, actually, that I play in open G. But
Okay.
I think that's a more guitar player friendly setup somehow.
Well, and I think also too, it's better if you want to play in the key of C, because I
Right.
always, I generally, if I'm doing key of C, I'm playing capo 5, and if I want to play key of D, it's either capo 7 or play odd chords. So I think I need to learn. I think I need to learn how to play out of the C tuning there.
There are tons of options, sir. You know the story about Irving Berlin, who had the piano that basically moved around to go to different to keys, but it was the same. In other words, the same piano, but you move it up there and it becomes a D. But the fact of the matter is, he could only play the black keys. So all of that brilliant
wow.
stuff that he's writing basically on the black keys and shifting into some harmonic center. But
Yeah, Ringo Starr's got a song called "Early 1970." It was the flip side to his first single after the Beatles broke up. But he's talking. There's 4 verses, one for each former Beatle, and the final one is. He's got a line in there that says, "I play guitar A, D, E. I don't play bass because that's too hard for me. And I play the piano if it's in C. And when I come to town, I want to see all 3." So that was,
yeah, nice. Yes.
so that was that. But I thought, that's. I would have said G, C, D instead of A, D, E for the guitar.
Right.
But anyway.
But yeah, everybody has their.
Anyway.
De gustibus non disputandum est, right?
Okay, I'm trying to learn to use finger picks here. I'm trying to decide whether I want to do just the thumb pick and bare fingertips, or if I'm going to try all 3 tonight, because I get complaints, particularly at church, they can't hear me when I'm playing fingerstyle. So if this gets too twangy, let me know. This is from the book of Jonah in the Bible. Jonah, you sit there sulking in the desert, outside the city in a shelter you've made. Are you angry with me? Well, man, can't you see? Raised up a vine just to give you some shade. Now you think I've only wasted your time, having mercy on people that you think are slime. You say it'd be better if I let you die, just for your sake. I won't buck my compassionate nature. You know very well yourself that it's true. Well, just think for yourself. When you needed my help, always came through for you. I called you in Joppa, that wasn't your wish. You sailed away to the city of Tarshish, gave you 3 days in the belly of a fish, just for your sake. second chance I called you again. This time you pretty much did what I said. Well, you went to that city, but without any pity, shouted out that they'd all soon be dead. When an entire city of people were saved, they cried out to me, they were spared from the grave. You say my compassion I should have betrayed, just for your sake. Now a worm's come along and it's made your vine die. The scorching heat and the wind make you cry. Well, you didn't make it grow, but you miss it, I know. Should I be concerned if a city would die? Now the Bible ends the story right there. As for Jonah's fate, we are all unaware. But as for ourselves, we must all be in prayer for everyone's sake. 'Cause in following God, we must give up our way. Listen to his voice and always obey. Serve him alone to the end of our days, for our own sake. For the Lord's sake.
That's a great song. Sorry about the barking in the background.
Is it too twangy on the high end?
No. Yeah, and I want to tell you, as a person I've played fingerpicks since the beginning, it's you have to angle them a little bit to get the exact angle that you want to take the twanginess out. But I will say one thing that's already I can hear in you is that it makes you play more precisely. You have to be precise. You cannot screw around because you can kind of miss stuff with your playing with it.
Right.
It brings out
I
every note.
noticed that too. Well, the other thing too is I'm not having to play as hard, and I'm able to take my time and make sure I'm hitting the right string every time. And it's going to take me a while to get used to this, but so I was, somebody had said I should play with a thumb pick. For years I tried. I can't play a banjo without finger picks.
Right.
But I haven't been able to play a guitar with them. I'm finally getting used to it. So
yeah, I think
that'll
they're
work
useful.
out.
And one idiosyncratic suggestion, if I may, that I do a weird thing, and that is I wear three picks aside from the thumb pick, and it's very helpful sometimes if you want to enrich a part by creating more sound there. It's just a thought.
Yeah. I've tried. I have tried in the past because I was taught originally, basically what people call Travis style.
Right.
But this isn't Travis style. This is Travis style. Merle Travis only used his index finger and his thumb, and there's a couple of guitar players that I really admire right now that play that way. John Moreland, if you've ever heard him, he's an Okie.
Yeah.
And there's a really great resonator guitar player named Charlie Parr, who's up out of Minnesota. And if you've ever heard him, you need to hear him. He is incredible. But he plays that style too. And I've tried it a few times, and it sort of simplifies things, and that I'm able to, I can concentrate more on just playing because I don't have to worry about when am I going to use my middle finger. And
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Anyway, this brief educational interlude, and I see we
Everything
have
you want to know about finger picking by the boys.
Yeah, and we have Barbie online. That's great to see.
All right, Mr. Bill Martin. He's so important they call him Mr. Bill Martin. That's the way it is. Take it away, sir.
All right. Well, Harry named this song because it has a spacey sort of quality. It's called Meet Me at Kelly Johnny's I think tonight I'm gonna call it improvisations on Meet Me at College Undies, because I'm gonna start in a different section of the song.
Nice, man.
Hey,
That's-
Ace, I want to make a comment about this song.
Thank you.
You know, last week I said that one of our shows, Bill played this song, and we got a lot of views. Well, went and looked back. It's like the last show we did in December, and Bill opened up the show with this song. I think it was this one. And there was like 1,400 views on that song, and they were all
Cool.
from India and Pakistan.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was the algorithm smiled on me. I think smiled on all of us.
Well,
You know,
when you
that first song is usually the only thing people listen to, you know, but it was like, I don't know what happened, but they sure like that song for some reason.
I got a lot
Yes.
of friends in Bangalore, and I mentioned Bill to them, and I sent out a big message. No, I'm kidding. I do actually have a lot of friends in Bangalore, but then all right. Thank you, sir. Well, from one we move to another legendary figure, a Mr. Alan Larson. You're on, Leroy. You gotta unmute, man.
Well, I have a mute switch on my mic as well as on Zoom. But I don't have them both
Damn
on.
mutation.
You can't hear me. But you can hear me now, right? You hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The hearing test came through. Yeah.
All right. Can you hear me now? Anyway, so yesterday I don't know what I was doing. Going through my files in my computer, and I found a couple of recordings I thought I had lost during the great backup debacle I had a couple of years ago. I'd recorded a couple of my original songs, and I found some mixes of them. I didn't find the original breakdown of bass track and piano track. But anyway, it was enough to get excited about, and I took this song, Lipstick and Bullets, and it already had bass and a little percussion, and I added a little bit of piano to it, and I put it up on the streaming thingies yesterday, so it's out there. Take a listen to it. Not on your phone, because you won't hear the cool stuff I added. Anyway, I thought I would do that. This is Lipstick and Bullets. Daisy's got drama with her mama and a man with a mullet. She prances through the big box store and buys lipstick and bullets. She got me running down old friends, running down her promises of heaven round the bend. I want to fly away, 'cause it's all gone crazy. Take me miles away and find a place where I belong. Yeah, I can pick 'em. Then my soul takes a licking. I jump in my pickup as Big Red Lips takes her shots at me. My boots are shaking, or is that the ground below? I'm so rattled I can't tell for sure anymore. Escape the crazy, get miles away from where it all went wrong. The man in the suit, he smiles as he hands me a check. He says, "Don't you worry, boy. There's no reason to fret. I got holes in my pocket. I got holes in the back of my jeans. Got a hole in the ground where my water comes out. Now it burns like kerosene. I want to fly away, 'cause it's all gone crazy. Take me miles away and find a place where I belong. I want to fly away, escape the crazy, get miles away from where it all went wrong.
Slice of America, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great song. And speaking of great songs, we have the one person here who actually knows about great songs because she writes so many great songs, Miss Barbe McMillen.
Got my turban on tonight. My hair's wet.
Well, I thought it was some kind of religious thing. I wasn't sure.
No, I didn't go over to the other side.
I wonder, you've been up in North India and then you came back, and well, I don't know.
She's been with your friends in Bangalore.
Oh, wait a second. You've heard the story of Jesse Jane.
Barbie, I'm gonna interrupt you.
Okay.
Original sound. for
Original
musicians
sound.
On.
Oh, thank you. Let me see if I can find that now. I'm back. Oh. Thought something sounded funny. Okay. How's the balance? I had to change my vocal last night for the spotlight. How's the balance on that? Now that we're just talking about it.
Hard to tell without your original sound. So
Right, so
Oh,
far
okay.
so good, but yeah.
All right, let's see how they. You've heard the story of Jesse Jane, of how he lived and he died. But if you're still in need of some Allardyce, here's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. Now Bonnie and Clyde and the Barrow Gang were said to be worth their weight in lead. Oh, they'd rob and steal, but those who'd squeal were usually found dying or dead. Well, you can't believe the fake news. No, the gang wasn't so ruthless as that. Yeah, their nature was raw, and they hated the law. Stool pigeons, spotters, and rats. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Doodle-doodle, what'll they do? On a wild ride, needing a place to hide. That's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. They were called cold-blooded killers. It was said they were heartless and mean. But Bonnie said with pride that she once knew Clyde when he was honest, upright, and clean. But the law fooled around, kept taking him down and locking him up in a cell. Till it said to Bonnie, I'll never be free, so I'll meet a few of them in hell. A newsboy said to his associate, now I wish old Clyde would get jumped. In these awful hard times, we'd make a few times. 5 or 6 cops would get bumped. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Doodle-doodle, what'll they do? On a wild ride, needing a place to hide. That's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. Some people have suffered from heartbreak, from weariness. Some people have died. But take it all in all, our troubles are small compared to Bonnie and Clyde. If a copper was bumped in Big D and the blue had no clue or guide, they just wipe their slate clean and blame it on Bonnie and Clyde. There were 2 crimes in the U.S. of A, not credited to the Barrow mob. Now they had no hand in the kidnapped a man, nor the Kansas City Depot job. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Doodle-doodle, what'll they do? On a wild ride, needing a place to hide. That's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. When the Times went to press with a crime report, Clyde called Bonnie one day. He said, now don't start any fights. We ain't working nights. We're joining the NRA. From over in Irving to the West Dallas Viaduct was known as the Great Divide, where women were kin and men were men, and they didn't stool on Bonnie and Clyde. If they tried to act like honest citizens and rent them an honest little flat, About the third night, we were invited to fight by a sub-gun's rat-a-tat-tat. They didn't think they were too tough or desperate. Now they knew that the law always wins. They'd been shot at before, but they could not ignore that death is the wages of sin. Oh yeah, oh yeah, doodle-doodle, what'll they do? On a wild ride, needing a place to hide. That's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. Now the road was winding and so dimly lit, there were no highway signs to guide. But they made up their minds, even if all the roads were blind, they wouldn't give up till they died. And the road got dimmer and dimmer, so dark you could hardly see. But they fight man to man and do all they can, but they know they can never be free. And in the end, they went down together, but they weren't buried side by side. To few there was grief, to the law a relief. That's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. That's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. That's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. Alrighty.
Who says you don't learn stuff here? You know, historical stuff, right? Right for your edification. You know. Thank you, Professor. All right, let's see. I guess that leads it to me, if I'm correct, if my math is correct. And I'm going to do something. This is actually incredibly old and completely new. This is a song I've been playing literally since 1975. But it occurred to me that I needed to change. I needed to put in a bridge. I mean, it was strictly a dental situation. I needed to put in a bridge, and so I did. And I'm going to play it for you and see how it sounds. Now, I may try to do a solo on this. Let's see how brave I am in terms of turning around and pressing pedals. But nonetheless, this is called "You Are Who You Are." That's all.
Oh, you mean you're going to use your looper?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, you know, me and technology are not close personal friends, as you may know. Yeah, well, as you know, yes. So, but I'm gonna try. I'm game. If anything else, I'm game. You know. So anyway, this is called "You Are What You Are." That's all. And I actually wrote this in the height of disco. I wanted to write a song about what I thought dancing was about, and so this is basically what this is. So imagine, you know, me decked out in my 1975 disco accoutrements, and this will make more sense to you. Lift your arms, you've got to dance with the woman you're moving with. Move your hands until the music makes you feel like a hypnotist. Tell the story of yourself and your motions. Don't hide behind the movements of a doll. If you're real, you are what you are, that's all. Move your legs, extend to unleash all the grace inside. Like a swan, hold your head high up as you swiftly glide. Find a home for yourself in your body. Be the rhythm and river you are. Leave your fears, pour yourself honey smooth from your jar. Love live like the flow of the ocean, crashing into filigreed foam. Chaotic, interweaving emotions, feeling no longer alone. Become the dance, create what you breathe in its harmony. Just relax, let yourself bubble forth, and then you're free. Find a home for yourself in your body. Be the rhythm and river you are. Leave your fears, honey, throw yourself, honey, smooth from your jar. Well, if you're real, you are what you are, that's all. So that's a rock and roll.
Disco check, everybody. What were you wearing in 1975?
Actually, I was probably the classic anti-disco sort of fellow. You know, I was resolutely not doing that. Although I did go to one of the New York discos once and was completely disappointed that nobody offered me drugs, and I was, women didn't pick me up, so I figured I must be doing something wrong.
I hated disco, but junior high graduation, powder blue leisure shirt, powder blue leisure suit, burnt orange polyester shirt with the image of a panther on the back.
God, so
white
tasteful.
patent leather shoes with gold buckles and 2-inch platform heels.
I would pay money for that picture.
There's a picture of that.
Oh, nice. You ought to make an NFT or whatever they call this thing.
Yeah. Hopefully it will never see the light of day.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's wonderful. Well, all right. Speaking of disco, my mind always goes to Harry Hewlett, who is sort of the classic disco guy. So take it away, Mr. H.
Hey, don't make fun of me. I had a leisure suit. I had a pink one and I had a blue one.
Oh my God, yes.
I think I had one too.
And those flowery shirts, and you didn't have to wear a tie and everything. But I didn't like disco when it came along because it destroyed a bunch of really good bars. All these little towns had good bars in them, and the little old bands that come and play and everything, jukebox and whatever. Then they changed it to disco and they fired all those kind of people and put up black lights and all that stuff and raised the prices. And I didn't like the dancing anyway, not that kind of dancing. So anyway, enough said. I got a song to do here. Let's go. It's called I'm a Believer Now. I saw you talking on the cellular phone. I heard you tell someone you're leaving home. I saw you pack your bags and walk out the door. I heard you push that Porsche to the floor. Did not believe. I'm a believer now. Daddy said, son, don't believe anything you hear. Only believe half of what you not believe that we would ever part. Did not believe that you could break my heart. Did not believe that we would say goodbye. Did not believe that you could make me cry. Did not believe, I'm a believer now. Daddy said, son, don't believe anything you hear. Only believe half of what you see. Oh, honey, you've been gone almost half a year. Looks like it's time for starting to believe. I'm a believer now. I'm a believer now. I'm a believer now. I saw you talking on your cellular phone. I heard you tell someone you're leaving home. I saw you pack your bags and walk up the door. I heard you tell some push that Porsche to the floor. Did not believe it we would ever part. Did not believe that you could break my heart. Did not believe it we would say goodbye. Did not believe that you could make me cry. Did not believe, I'm a believer now. Oh yeah. There.
All right, indeed. And a man will make a believer out of you, Mr. Kendall Yancey, if I can get the doggone thing. There he is. Okay.
All right. Here's another piano piece. And I just like that word Bangalore, so I'm going to call this one Farewell to Bangalore. All right, let's see.
gosh. Here's another
Lovely.
guy that refuses to resolve back to the tonic. Yes, I've had aught with Ace over that. He's done that too.
That's right. That's right. We're
That's how you get
non.
an OCD musician out of bed. You end on
Yeah,
a
do, re,
suspended
mi, fa,
fourth.
sol, la, ti.
Yeah, or you end on a suspended fourth or suspended second. You know.
The Beatles did that. Yeah.
Anyway, it was a beautiful song, Kendall.
Yes,
It
indeed.
was.
Thanks.
Very good, very good.
And Mr. KD, take it away.
All righty. Okay. Somehow I've got two versions of my words up there. Okay. You know, I bought this thing tuned. You'd think it'd stay. That's better. Now Sandy Bernardi is a backyard bard who slips into verse when times get hard. Then he's gotta make amends with those he offends, 'cause his rapier words say just what he intends to do. He had him a wife, she was always causing strife, bound to end up in prison for the rest of her life. She had more than one name, but her favorite was Jane. She cried all the time, 'cause he was going insane. Boo-hoo. Now I once knew them both, and they scared me so. I look for him in the alleys everywhere I go. One day Jane went wild, went to Sandy and smiled. So guess what, lover, gonna have us a child. But Sandy got mad, didn't want to be a dad. Gonna leave you home, and that's all that he had to say. So Sandy went to town, he's gonna mess around. But Jane found out, she went and tracked him down. She pulled out a gun and said, I'm ending your fun. I'm gonna send you to hell. You'll never see your son go away. Now I saw her pull the trigger and I watched him fall. The cops grabbed Jane and they threw her up against the wall. They took Sandy to the dock. He was just down the block. Pulled a slug from his shoulder while Sandy took stock of his own careless ways and the way he spent his days. The way he treated Jane left him hanging in a haze of guilt. They took Jane to jail, but Sandy paid her bail and got probation 'cause the prosecutor failed. Much to his surprise, the jury realized they were both victims of the way their lives were built. I heard Sandy say she's my heart's delight. Now Sandy and Stain stay at home with their son every night. Yeah, they turned out alright. They turned out alright. Turned out alright now.
Now that's an ending, damn it.
It tells you, I'm done. Like Minnie Pearl used to say, we're done playing now.
Yeah, well, sometimes you got a clue in the audience, you know how it is. And now, Mr. Bill Martin, who seems to have an electric guitar on his lap. Let's see what he does with this.
Yeah. Tonight I'm going to do, this was a song that Harry, you and I have been talking about. It's called Someday I'll Find a Girl Much Like You. And the reason they all sound the same is because I'm using the same settings on the pedals.
I bet
All
you some.
right.
I bet you some of those guitar pickers over there in India and Pakistan had never seen that little thing that you played with there.
This thing's been on the market for many, many years. I discovered this in the 70s.
Really?
It's an energy bow. U2 uses it on. I still haven't found what I'm looking for, I think. Anyway, it's used a lot, but it's really fun to play with.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. It's almost a theremin kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know? Cool. All right, and I think that takes us to the man who they call Mr. Alan Larson.
That's Mr. Sir.
Mr. Sir to you, yeah.
Okay. Now I can't remember if I show and tell a little while back, a couple months ago. I bought this USB rechargeable amplifier. Did I show you all this before? But anyway, it's kind of fun. You take it with you.
I haven't seen it. Did you get it on Amazon?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they sell them, I think, for about $30.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of fun, and it's got overdrive, which I'm going to use. I'm going to play my song "Crazy Town" with it. Actually, that was one of the other recordings I found in my computer and worked on today, and actually added some electric guitar using this amp. You know, I've got a little Fender amp I could have used, but I don't know, it sounded pretty good anyway.
Is that like a 1/4-inch plug?
Yeah, it takes a 1/4-inch plug, and you can also plug in. Oh no, you can't. But it has a Bluetooth function. So if you paired it up with, say, your phone and played music on your phone, it would come out the speaker here, and I guess you could play along to tracks that way or practice whatever.
How many inputs does it have?
Just the one.
Just one.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's, let's see, what's that on the back? I don't know. Where's my little flashlight? It looks like it might have a headphone. Is that what that is? Oh, auxiliary in, headphone, and USB port for charging on the back. So yeah, you can plug in auxiliary, like a little 1/8-inch plug, I guess, or headphone jack.
Cool. Who makes it?
This one says, what does that say? There may be, seems to me I've seen a couple of different, this is Wee Grower. Like Wee Grower is one word.
How funny.
But, you know, it's maybe one of those deals where you see the same form factor, but different, you know, names on them, different brand names.
Yeah.
But I know, and they come in different colors. I like the orange. It was kind of cool, I thought. So anyhow, let's try this. This is Crazy Town. I was playing on it today, so it's on my mind. I feel you walking down the street. I hear you breathing at my door. Now shadows are moving across the wall. The phone is ringing, don't answer that call. I'm starting to sweat from all this heat. Well, you had me taking out your trash, emptied my pockets of all my cash. You had me chasing all your ghosts. Think that's what I hated the most. Like a pack of mad dogs licking at my feet. But that's how it rolls in Crazy Town. Sitting quietly in the dark, tapping our feet to a beat only we can hear. We fight, and we bite, claw our way to another dead end. But hey, everyone, meet the girlfriend. But that's how we roll in crazy town. Well, it's a rough ride getting back on track. You jumped on a plane, you never looked back. Sometimes it cuts just like a knife. Seeing you crawl on the floor like that, picking up all the pieces of your life. But that's how it rolls in crazy town. Well, I don't think about you anymore. I stay up all night long just to make sure. Not obsessed or anything.
I think you had the
Son.
perfect amount of distortion on it, just the perfect amount of that. When you hit that A minor 7 chord, maybe if you turned it off right there, it might add a little more dynamics to it.
Huh.
But yeah, you had just the right amount of sustain or distortion.
Yeah, too bad it doesn't have
whatever we use.
a foot switch.
Oh,
to
on
it.
us. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I could probably do
well,
that
it's
on
cool.
my little Fender amp that has all kinds of effects on it. But
So that was a
I
good
like
sound.
it. I like it. I like it.
yeah, I may use it here on another song in a minute. But okay.
Well, in that case, let's go to the lovely Barbe McMillen if I can get her to. Come on, there she is. There she is. Okay.
I didn't realize it was my turn. I got so involved in playing with Alan's song I was playing along.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay. I haven't done this song in a while, and I need to do it. Let's see. Hello, Texas, with your welcoming embrace. Hello, Texas, I love every friendly face. Things are looking great in our Lone Star State. Hello, Texas, you're my favorite place. The sun starts to climb over East Texas pines as a mockingbird sings its praise. The moon's on the wane over West Texas plains as a night starry curtain is raised. Hello, Texas, with your welcoming embrace. Hello, Texas, I love every friendly face. Things are looking great in our Lone Star State. Hello, Texas, you're my favorite place. From the Rio Grande to the Red River sand and the Gulf of Mexico, our Our Lone Star flag waves a proud Texas brag as the beauty of our land unfolds. Hello, Texas, with your welcoming embrace. Hello, Texas, I love every friendly face. Things are looking great in our Lone Star State. Hello, Texas, you're my favorite place. Yep, we all reckon it's great to be a Texan as the world turns round again. So open your eyes to a new sunrise. Look up, reach out, and tune in. Hello, Texas, with your welcoming embrace. Hello, Texas, I love every friendly face. Things are looking great in our Lone Star State. Hello, Texas, you're my favorite place. Hello, Texas, with your welcoming embrace. Hello, Texas, I love every friendly face. Things are looking great in our Lone Star State. Hello, Texas, things are looking great in our Lone Star State. Hello, Texas, you're my favorite place.
All right, doing Texas proud, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, okay, so not to be out Texased, thank you. I have, well, you know, if you're gonna do doggone
You got a few Texas songs.
it, yeah, I do.
You love Texas.
I do. I really
You've lived
do.
here for, even though
30 years.
you've lived in Missouri and you're
yeah.
from Pittsburgh, you still have a great love for Texas.
I figure I've lived here longer than any other place I've ever lived. Isn't that cool? You know.
So that's it. You got Texas in your heart.
I do. There's no question about it. Yeah. No, I love this state, man. There's something to it. I mean, there's, and even back in the day, I knew there was something to this place. That's one of the reasons I was interested when I had the opportunity. I thought, yeah, that might be interesting. That's a real, actual culture, and it is indeed. With many of the colorful characters have become my close friends. So. No, not mentioning any names, understand. So, but this started as a rainy day in Texas, but then when Professor
That's happening
Hewlett,
tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. It may also get me out of going to the gym tomorrow morning if I can get it to rain early enough. Then sorry, can't go to the gym, but you know. I tried, you know, but it rained. What can I say? But this became then it was a hot day in Texas because Harry thought that was more sensible, being that Texas has more hot days than rainy days, as we know. But then I thought, you know, let's go beyond all that. So I just came up with I thought the basic idea is laziness. And so it's now called Another Lazy Day in Texas. In parentheses, waltz, but that's obvious. Some days are perfect for nothing, and nothing can be perfectly right. When the work of the week is forgotten, and it's still not time yet for night. Since we awoke this morning, it was clear that the heat had the day. So we took out the dogs dogs and then retreated. Inside is where we decided to stay. And I don't feel guilty a bit if the weather tells me to sit. Just another lazy day in Texas, and there's nothing that I really must do. Just another lazy day in Texas, and I'm so glad to be lazy with you. Both of the dogs now lay sleeping, and I am not trailing by far. The night settles soft and quite muted as I put away my old guitar. I have a sudden bright notion, and I can tell that it's occurred to you too. Perhaps just a nap before dinner. It's not like we have something to do, and we don't feel guilty a bit if the weather tells us to quit. Just a lazy day in Texas, and there's nothing that I really must do. Just a lazy day in Texas, and I'm so glad to be lonely with you. Just another lazy day in Texas, and I'm so glad to be lazy with you. There. Just a nice quiet afternoon with my beloved. All
Ace.
right. Yes, sir.
Ace, I got a comment. I hate it when people try to write my songs, but I came up with another line. It's really really common out.
But
really
you know,
common out.
if you notice those kind of statements only have a but attached.
Listen to this. I'll give this to you. Out in West Texas on a hot day, it was really common to hear someone, they'd say, "Oh, it's mucho caliente." You know, he's talking about how it is mucho caliente. Well, it fit in that song. It's mucho caliente in Texas.
All
and
right.
I'm mucho in love with you.
Aww. Well,
He'd have to be singing that to his dogs.
But singing it to his dog.
You know me too well.
But anyway, I was trying to think up different words, phrases they used for hot and on a hot day. Mucho caliente. It's Spanish. Anyway.
And now a man who is mucho caliente in his own right.
Well, I got another comment though. You was talking about Barbe's song being educational. You know, the Bonnie and Clyde. I didn't realize that they had robbed the Union. What do they call it? The train station. What it was there in Kansas.
No,
Kansas City?
the lyric says that it blamed them for that, but they
Kansas
did
City.
not do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Kansas City Depot job.
Kansas. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
they could-
anyway.
They were blamed for it, but they did not do it. And I got that out of Bonnie's poem that she wrote.
I didn't realize they were up there, but you know, not too many years prior to that was Jesse James and Frank James. They did all kinds of stuff there in Kansas City. And I got a song about Jesse James, so I'm gonna do my Jesse James song.
We're outlaw singers. We like to
Yeah,
sing about the
outlaws.
outlaws, don't we?
Oh yeah, we got outlaws make good songs. Yeah.
Outlaw song singers.
Jesse James changed his name. He was buried in Texas. And we're distant cousins, I once heard my grandpa say. With boyish pride, I told my friends how Jesse's blood runs through my veins. Now those show me folks say, Harry, there ain't no way. I ain't kin to Jesse anymore. Those white coats with their microscopes have dug him up for sure. There can't be no denying his DNA ain't lying. I ain't kin to Jesse anymore. Now, some things are best left undiscovered, like buried treasure and like proof there ain't no God. Like Pluto ain't no planet, and like why Michael looks like Janet, and why that cute girl won't answer when I knock. I ain't kin to Jesse anymore. We lost another hero. He's walking out the door. Can't blame those folks for trying, or fools like me for crying. I ain't kin to Jesse anymore. From now on, if there's one chance in a million, I could be right, even if I'm wrong. Let me believe what it is I believe in. Let wiser men leave well enough alone. I ain't kin to Jesse anymore. My whole world is changing like it never has before. So Lord, don't let nobody dig up any more of my grandpa's distant cousins like Buffalo Bill Cody. Or was it Truman Capote? 'Cause I ain't kin to Jesse anymore. Jesse James, rest in peace. God bless you.
I've thought of you. I saw there's a show on the History Channel about people who claim to be related to John Wilkes Booth, and it was the same thing. I kept
Same
thinking
thing,
about Harry. It's like one of these kids that should hear Harry's song, you know.
There's one of them down at Granbury. One he had bullet holes in the paperwork to prove that he was Jesse James, but he wasn't. they were in different states. You know, there's just people they just loved to claim it. I guess it drove the family crazy. You know, and finally they got these forensic labs and universities and stuff together, and they did a study, and they dug him up and found a tooth and cracked it open and did some kind of DNA study, and proved beyond a shadow of a doubt, pretty much, that the real Jesse's buried where he's supposed to be buried. So.
Sometimes history is boring. What can I say?
And one of the guys that claimed to be kin to him was a senator from Texas, Hightower or somebody like
Really?
that.
I know.
He got really pissed when they found out he wasn't kin to Jesse James, you know, but wasn't anything he could do about it.
It was
as Groucho said, well, my ancestors would rise from their graves and I'd have to bury them again.
Anyway.
And on that note, we move to...
Did I miss a memo? Is this legendary outlaw night?
It's a legendary
Apparently.
outlaw. You missed it, Al.
Bonnie and Clyde and
Yeah.
Jesse.
Yeah, you missed it.
Okay.
All right, Kendall, take us away, and if you have any outlaw songs, this is the time to play it.
No, I think this is opposite of an outlaw song. Anyway, this is just some more piano music. So let's see.
have another comment to make.
All right.
I think Kendall Yancey has been sandbagging us on telling us he's a guitar picker and he's really a piano player. And I just thought of, Kendall. You know what Kendall Yancey rhymes with? Liberace.
Very
Kendall
loosely.
Yancey Liberace. Yeah.
I wish
Kendall-
his brother George were here.
Anyway, they're a good piano player. That was
Sounding good. Sounding good.
Well, I
Thanks
had
so
trouble
much.
getting him to come to Love and War. You didn't think he was good enough on guitar picking. I'm telling you, man, he picks the snot out of that guitar.
That's right. Well, keep it going, buddy. Keep
All
it
right,
going.
thanks.
Hey, making
All
us
right.
all us old men look bad.
All right. Well, not an outlaw, but I just learned something when I looked it up. I always thought Stemmons Freeway was named after John D. Stemmons, but it's actually named after his father, Leslie Allison Stemmons. And the interesting thing about Leslie Allen Stemmons is he sold both real estate and fire insurance. So it seems like you kind of can feed it from both directions there. I mean, you can sell somebody some real estate, help them burn it down, give them the insurance money, then help them sell the vacant lot afterwards. Man, that's a perpetuating cycle there.
Heads I win, tails I lose. No, heads I win, tails I win. Yeah, right.
All right. So anyway, this is my tribute to Stemmons Freeway. And I had a capo here a minute ago. I was checking my tuning and I was out. So hopefully when I put it back on here. Stuck in traffic on I-35. I'm sitting dead still when I want to drive. The tires seem to melt cause it's so darn hot. I'm sweating like a pig cause my AC's shot. I'm choking on fumes from an old Dodge Ram. Lord, please save me from this traffic jam. Sitting here staring at the other cars when the dude in the Dodge grabs an old guitar. My mother in a Mercury has a mandolin. A banjo player in a Bentley joins right in. A bass player bounding from a Chevy van. Looks like they're gonna have a traffic jam. They played real loud in the key of C. It made us all forget about our misery. Some people sang along in a joyous tone. A state trooper rapping on his megaphone. Stepped on playing for song after song. I grabbed my old blues harp and wailed along. The jam had cleared, but all the people stayed, making life's lemons into lemonade. If you get stuck, here's a different plan. Thank the Lord above and have a traffic jam. You better be ready, you know I am. Oh, thank God we had this traffic jam.
A celebration of civility.
Yes.
Yeah, here.
And
All right.
perpetual road construction.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, what was it? Somebody said that shortly after the sun explodes and engulfs the earth, they should be almost finished with 35, but maybe not.
Have you seen the meme on Facebook? It's Professor Brown from Back to the Future comes back and says, Marty, 20 years in the future and they're still working on Stemmons Freeway.
Yeah. Some things are forever, Death, taxes, and working on, right. All right, thank you, sir. And now we wander our way to the man they call Mr. Bill Martin.
I can't find anywhere that it says you can coast. It takes love and it takes time and I know how deeply you've been hurt. Not only you, but you and me. And to the bitter end, if we can, if we can, only hope that it shows there's still a God who's on the throne and who can help. He's the only way I know we can win. And he's the only one I'll put my trust in. But we've been waiting such a long, 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 long time.
Just beautiful, buddy.
Thank
That's
you.
lovely. That's lovely. And now to Mr. Alan Larson, who will amaze us with some other sorcery here.
Sorcery, yes. That's exactly what I got. One little comment I want to make. Maybe y'all saw last week, I guess it was, Paul Simon was on the Stephen Colbert show, the Late Show, whatever it's called. And he was talking to him about songwriting, and he asked Paul Simon when he knew a song was just perfect, or, you know, when is a song just right and perfect. He said, well, he's not always aiming for perfection, but it's when you have that feeling that a lyric isn't quite right, or some part of the song isn't quite right. And I can totally relate to that. I got songs I still play that, as I'm playing them, I think, you know, I need to go back and change that lyric. You know, it just doesn't seem right. So, you know, I thought it was an interesting insight. You're not necessarily looking for perfection, but just make it all feel right to yourself, I guess. Anyway, this is...
I'll interrupt. Harry has a really good quote that he said when he was being interviewed last week. I can't remember precisely what you said, but Harry, you might remember. Striving for perfection is the enemy of... What was it you said, Harry? Do you remember?
Yeah, I said perfect is the enemy of good. You know,
Yeah.
if you spend all your time trying to be perfect, sometimes you're just wasting a lot of time, because good is good enough, you know.
And I agree with that, too.
I mean, you can really waste a lot of time being perfect.
Yeah,
But it's hard not to be, when you just, and eventually you get it perfect, I guess, in your own mind anyway.
Yeah, I strive to have a standard of excellence most of the time, but I think I'd drive myself crazy if I was trying to be perfect.
Yeah, it's hard to...
I've never found that to be a problem, but I'm joking.
Yeah. But yeah, he was kind of relating it to all
Says
kinds of...
Sir Perfection.
Paul Simon kind of related to all kinds of performance, like a comedian working up his material, you know. If it doesn't feel right, then maybe you need to leave that out and do something else, you know, if it's not funny or your style or whatever. Anyway, I guess I'm here to play music. And so I got my little amp going here. This is to be with Faults and Features. Well, my gal, she's a looker, if you know what I mean. She's the finest thing you've ever seen. So what if she gets a little crazy once in a while? She's a smooth running party machine, but sometimes she runs wild, if you know what I mean. She's always got to be living it up in style. Now some ask me, aren't her edges a little too rough? I say, heck no, that's her good stuff. Now she may seem like a wild, wild creature, but those aren't faults, they're her features. Well, she drives too fast and she talks too loud, runs around with that late night party crowd. She's the first on the dance floor and the last to leave. She's like a well-tuned entertainment center. Her car has more than a few dent fenders. She's always got somewhere else she's gonna be. Now my friends say living with her's gotta be rough. But if she's a hot mess, well, that's the good stuff. Listen here, 'cause I ain't preaching. Those aren't faults, they're her features. Well, she goes to work, but she's never on time. She always loves her tequila with a couple of limes. But all those things she does makes her who she is. Well, I love her dearly when she comes home at night. Makes this man feel alright, and besides, she puts up with me, don't you know? Then her friends all ask her, hadn't she had enough? After all, she's got to deal with my own crazy stuff. When I say this, well, I ain't reaching. Those aren't our faults, they're our features, yeah. Yeah, just features, no faults. Oh, there it is.
All right. Now we move to the lovely Barbe McMillen, who will... There she is.
We're counting it down, aren't we? Getting close to the hour.
We're getting mighty close.
I can hear the rhythm of bare feet. I can see the dancing fire before me. Colors flashing, dancers passing, lovely dark-eyed women laughing. I can see my vision now complete. Gypsy memory, fortunes unfold in the past that were told. Gypsy memory, they won't let me go. The wind is blowing gently through my mind. Melodies of yesterdays behind me. Promises were never broken, only words of love were spoken. I can hear them echo in my sleep. Gypsy memories, fortunes unfold in the past that were told. Gypsy gypsy memories. They linger on, they live on in my soul. Gypsy memories, they won't let me go.
That was, yeah, you didn't hear the hot guitar part that I put on that, so I'm sorry. But
I bet it was good though.
in my head, it was good anyway.
Darn, I hate it that we can't play all together at the
I
same
know,
time.
I know. It's fun because I love to play along. Well, I guess Keith and I are going to do some playing along when we go down to whatchamacallit, Deep Ellum.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, y'all are gonna play together? That's great.
Well, we got the stage together, and I've he had mentioned to me in the past on one of my songs, not responses, but
Yeah, whatever.
is no really so bad. He wanted to play on that, and I've got another one that I would really have a nice Western swing guitar solo in it.
Well, I'd be more than happy.
Awesome.
We'll be there.
Awesome.
We might can do
And
some
even if we're
jamming
the
at
only people playing, we're
the
only the
Marlin.
only people there.
at the Dancing Marlin, whenever we figure out what we're going to be doing down there. Might be doing some
yeah.
jamming there.
Yeah, that's fun. All right, folks, what should I do? We got 8:48, is according to my clock. That's 12 minutes. Who would like to? I guess we have time for what, 2 or 3 songs, maybe?
Yeah, just go
So,
go the
A couple
round
of
again.
songs, then Alan's 1 minute. 2 songs, then Alan's 1 minute.
All right.
Well,
so
we
just
might have
go.
more time than that, but
All right, we'll go in order, and as soon as we
Yeah.
hit the end, all right,
yeah.
Would you guys mind if I bowed out for the evening and said goodnight now?
we'd be outraged.
Oh, good night,
Aw.
Bill.
All right, buddy.
Bye, Bill.
Take care.
Good night, everybody. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, since I'm standing here, I'm going to do this one. And we got talking about, this is a short one. This doesn't have a long solo or anything. This is speaking of Texas stuff. This is another one of my Texas songs. This is for Bobby, who is a fellow Texas Waltz fan. Just another waltz for Texas. Just another twirl around the floor. Just another waltz for Texas. You know there's always time for one more. The click of the heels scrapes the polished wood's floors as bright sweeping skirts catch the eye. Our hearts fill the room with a crescendo of love that drifts across the broad Texas sky. We'll keep our heads up as we move to the music and gaze into each other's eyes. Just another waltz for Texas. Just another twirl round the floor. Just another waltz for Texas. You know there's always time for one more. When the rhythm of the music seems to sweep up your heart and sweet harmonies drift and fall, let's extend this night just a little bit longer. Another waltz around Texas, y'all. Keep our heads up as we move to the music and gaze into each other's eyes. Just another waltz for Texas. Just another twirl around the floor. Just another waltz for Texas. You know there's always time for one more. There, that's that. That's my contribution, and without further ado, I move to the man, Mr. Harry Hewlett. If I could do that, yes.
You think Texans move up to Pennsylvania and write songs about, just another schottish in
I don't know.
in Pittsburgh or something like that?
They may write about the sports teams, but really.
Maybe sports stuff. Yeah, okay. Anyway, we appreciate it. My last song for today. He was a salesman, had a company car, covered all of New Mexico. He could make a cold call on the devil himself, knew every little rule of the road. But it's a downer when you're an out-of-towner, gotta spend a lot of nights alone. On the evening in question is in his room resting at the Albuquerque Green and Gold. He was staying at the Holiday Inn, sleeping at the Holiday Inn. Never had a hesitation when he made his reservation, no surprising at the Holiday Inn. He was staying at the Holiday Inn, eating at the Holiday Inn. Even took a down and outer, though the traffic it was louder, it is safer at the Holiday Inn. She was a brave little honey, saved her money. She was taking a trip on her own. But she'd heard a lot of stories from her girlfriend Lori about the traveling men she had known. So she took a can of mace when she checked into the place she had guaranteed a month ago. Feeling a little nervous, called room service, afraid to venture out in the cold. She was staying at the Holiday Inn, sleeping at the Holiday Inn. Never had a hesitation when she made a reservation, no surprising at the Holiday Inn. She was staying at the Holiday Inn, eating at the Holiday Inn. Even took a down and outer, though the traffic it was louder, it is safer at the Holiday Inn. Well, you never would have figured the way things were, the two of them would ever meet. But room 102 and room 103 had that little door there in between. She got up to get a drink, couldn't find the seat, then she opened up the wrong dang door. When she quit yelling, he commenced a selling. Ain't no need in telling you more. Now they are staying at the Holiday Inn, sleeping at the Holiday Inn. Never have a hesitation when they make their reservation, no surprising at the Holiday Inn. They are staying at the Holiday Inn, eating at the Holiday Inn. Even take a down and outer, though the traffic it is louder, it is safer at the Holiday Inn. Wait a minute. Always stay at the Holiday Inn. Thank you very much.
See? Yeah, all right. I knew you'd get there, man. I just knew. All right, Kendall, jump in here right quick and do a thing for us.
Okay, I'll just do a real quick little blues boogie thing. Okay.
was rousing.
And
All
we were
right.
all playing along, too.
Absolutely. All right, let's go quickly to KD. Take it away, sir.
Okay. Okay. I saw him in the morning down in Reynolds Square, playing his flute for the people gathered there. Nothing really fancy, twinkle, twinkle, little star, and 3 blind mice for some tips in his jar. Now this old man, he was a sight to see. He looked like famous Amos sitting under the trees on an old park bench in the morning till noon, throwing popcorn to the pigeons in between each tune. Well, he's got feet music on an old folding stand. It's just all him, he ain't got no band. Some of the tourists seem to laugh at his art. Well, he's not a virtuoso, but he plays from his heart. I laid down $2, my change from breakfast. He said, "Where you from?" I said, "I'm from Texas." Then he asked, "Is this your first time here?" I said, "No, I come to see about twice a year." Well, that ain't exactly true. I go there to see my daughter and watch the big ships are floating down on the water. I go to Leopold's for ice cream if I can. They really warms my heart when I see the old man. If you're ever in Savannah, check out the tourist scene. If your doctor will let you go eat with Paula Dean, go to the museums and the clubs if you dare. But be sure to see the old man playing flute in Reynolds Square. And I've changed keys on this. Now I would normally fade out with a little quick finger style Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. But I don't know it in key of E, so that's where the song ends tonight.
I'd say a full stop, as we might say.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm done playing now.
Well, in that case, I am going to ask that Mr. Larson come up and do his famous 1-minute song. I don't mean to squeeze out Miss Barbara, but this is we have a minute left, and we have the veritable Shakespeare of the 1-minute songs here with us. So I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Alan Larson. Come on, there you go. Okay.
The Shakespeare of the 1-minute song. I like that. Well, let's see here. I got 1 minute left for one more song. The host says this tune, well, it can't be too long. Feel like I better pick up the pace before a blue-haired teen with a ukulele takes my place. Now there's half a minute left where I can finish and persuade someone to hire me for a gig where I might actually get paid. There's a girl up front and I want to impress her, but there's so little time, so much pressure, but oh man, it's too late now, 'cause look, here comes the hook.
Bravo.
There it is.
Absolutely perfect, man. Well done, sir.
Okay.
And so, as if intended by the powers that be, we finally come to an ending exactly at 9 o'clock. I don't see. Hold on for a second. Let me see.
As if we planned it that way.
Good
As
night,
if we-
all. Good night, Mrs. Callahash, and good night, dogs.
Yes, good. And hey, we'll see each other again next week. I thought it was